Alright guys. Hallo zusammen. Good morning, good noon, good afternoon, and maybe even a good pre-noon. Good evening, good night, I don't know. In Germany it's the evening, it is 3 minutes past 9 p.m. to be exact, very exactly. And that means that I'm live for another live stream, the first one this year on this channel. So hi. Or, well, I should rather say, hi. Welcome. Welcome. Narwhal. Hi, thanks for tuning in. How are you doing? I'm a little bit, well, maybe I should sit a little bit more like this maybe. Yeah. I think this works better. Narwhal. Hi, cheers. Greetings to the US from Germany. I guess you're from the US, I fear. In terms of the emojis that you just posted. So yeah, hope you're doing great, everyone. Mirotaya, hi. Thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. How are you doing? Long time no see in a way, right? First time this year that I'm live. And yeah, maybe I should actually... Let's see, can I increase that maybe a little bit? Is that better? I think that's better, right? Yeah. I don't know, maybe like this? Yeah, I think this is okay. Alright guys, I hope you had a great start into the new year. For me it was a little bit unique, dare I say. Because for the first time ever, I think, if I recall correctly, I actually celebrated New Year's Eve alone. Yeah, sounds sad. Wasn't really though, because I had no other choice, because I was sick. I don't know if it was a cold or something else, I don't know, but I was unable to attend, you know, the New Year's celebration with my friends this year, unfortunately, so I had to stay home. And that was an interesting experience, to say the least. Yeah. Very, very interesting. It's nothing that I would like to do every year, because I like to be around friends, of course, but yeah, it wouldn't have made sense to really travel anywhere or, you know, to make other people sick as well. So I figured, you know what, it would be best to stay home, simply. And that is what I did. Yeah. That is what I decided to do. So I hope you had a better slide into the new year, basically. But apart from that, you know what? I can't complain personally. Everything's great so far. I've been working on new videos already. Just like 1 hour ago, I think more or less, I came up with another video idea that I would really like to do. And may come out in February, I don't know. I have to write the script, then I have to shoot the video, then I have to edit it and to upload and everything to publish. The usual process. And it could be... It would be a video, let me put it this way. It would be a video about someone that I really admire. Someone who has to do with music. And someone that I haven't really talked about on the channel before, I don't think. No, not really, at all. Even though I really love his music. So we'll see. I mean, feel free to guess along if you want to. I won't say much more yet, but feel free to guess. Of course. By the way, I hope the stream is running smoothly, because, well, just when I started the stream, I decided, was a clever idea, of course, not, I decided to do a little speed test for my bandwidth, and yeah, that really broke down the stream for a little bit. I had a few dropped frames here, but So it wasn't on your end, it was on my end. Don't worry. So yeah. That's that. Oops. Let's see. Okay, that should work. Hope you can hear me properly as well. If not, feel free to tell me, because that's always something that, you know, is hard to really tackle and monitor. Screen, that is, when I'm live or when I'm recording, because I don't hear myself the way you do, of course. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Oop, does it work? Yeah, I think it does. For a moment I thought I'm freezing. Like, not like I'm cold, but the image is freezing. But no, luckily not. Check something real quick. Interesting. YouTube says that I'm not live. I don't know. Well, yes, I am live. But usually YouTube, you know, on my phone, usually YouTube says around my profile pic that I am live, and it doesn't really do that this time around. Maybe they changed it, I don't know. Anyway, maybe I should restart the stream. I don't know. Anyway, let's try. But it's still a little bit strange. Mirotaya says, my new year is off to a great start and I hope this year will be great for everyone. Same for me, basically. I just celebrated my 1-year anniversary in my new job. So that was awesome. And yeah, there are quite a few things already planned for this year, and maybe a few more things that I may tackle or not. I'm not really sure about them, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to, you know, certain things, including, of course, as some of you may already know from the previous stream and my previous news update video that I released 2-3-ish weeks ago. This year is gonna be my 10-year channel anniversary in April. And to be honest, I don't really know what I will do about it, you know, how I will celebrate it. I have to really think about that soon, maybe, to figure out what I could do. I mean, if you have suggestions, feel free to tell me. And maybe, yeah, you have some ideas that you want to see. For instance, so we'll see. You know what? I'm still a little bit confused by the YouTube stuff that I just mentioned. I'm gonna restart the stream real quick, guys. Gonna be right back. Don't you worry. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, okay. I should be back. Hopefully with a better connection. Michael Myrick. Hi. Hi, Michael. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing great and you had a great start into the new year. And yeah. Hope you had a great day, of course. So I hope I should be... I mean, the upload bandwidth is better now, at least. I don't know. Let's see. Well, YouTube still says that I'm so confusing. Let me check something real quick. Maybe I'm on like on a wrong path here, but I'm a little bit confused about this. Not in general, but about that. Where can I find? Where is it? Ah, there it is. Okay. It should work though. I can change the stream key while I'm streaming. Makes sense. Well, yeah. But I should be live anyway. So, let's see. Thanks for your content so far, so good. Thank you very much, Michael. Have you been watching for long, like for a longer time now, or have you just found my channel? Just want to know because I'm curious, of course. Hope you had a good start to your New Year's as well, friend. Yeah, like I said, my start into the new year was a little bit special this year because I had to celebrate alone because I was sick. However, well, I didn't really celebrate alone, like totally. I called the friends that I was supposed to celebrate the new year with shortly after midnight. And then we, just chatted for a few minutes. And I actually called my parents like 5 minutes to midnight. And then we basically welcomed the new year together via our call. So that was also interesting. But well, what can you do? When you're sick, right? So about 5 months. Awesome. Okay. Well, then, yeah. Welcome once again to the channel. Do you remember, if I may ask, what the first video was that you found or that you watched on my channel? I'm always curious about those things. And what do you like about them? Yeah. And of course, maybe something, what would you like to see more of? Or like a topic that I haven't tackled that you would like to see me talking about. By the way, no politics, no religion on this channel. That is a no-no on here. Not because I'm not interested in them or because I don't think those are interesting or important social topics. Of course they are, but this channel is meant as a place of escapism, if that makes sense. A place without those things that we see on a daily basis and that we have to deal with. Anyway, so this channel is supposed to be, and my other channels as well, and projects, that is the podcast, those are meant to be politics free and religion free. So yeah. A translation on a Rammstein video I was curious about the words to. Ah, okay. Yeah. Those are really, really fun to do. Also for me, by the way, because you may expect, that I am like totally aware of every single detail in every single Rammstein song as a German. Truth is though, yes, I do know the lyrics, of course, but that doesn't mean that I have really paid too much thought or attention to the intricate linguistic details in all of the lyrics yet. And I don't think too many Germans actually do. Because, you know, we just soak them in because it's, you know, our native language. So, but when you really think about it and when you really try to analyze those things and reflect on them, there's so much to discover that is so cool and so deep in a semantic sense. And that is why I also really enjoy making those videos. It's not just for you guys, that is also very cool because I like to help people that are interested in something and that want to learn more. But it's also fun for me, which is a win-win, you know, in my book. So, yeah. So you're welcome. You're very much welcome. Mirotaya says, earlier, congratulations on your 10-year YouTube career, Dave. Thank you very much. Well, to be precise here, my YouTube career is actually 14 years this year, because I started my first channel in 2011, which I'm still running, by the way. It's a German Let's Play channel, Dave Dern TV, where I'm currently Let's Playing the new Indiana Jones game, which is awesome. Which I also made a video about on this channel, by the way, you know, learning German with games with Indiana Jones. And so yeah, I've been around on YouTube for many years now. You know, in hindsight, of course, it would have been awesome to have started even before that, like before 2011, because then the chances of really like having a huge channel, which basically all creators more or less want, I guess, or most of them, not all of them basically, but most want to have as big as an audience as they can get, of course. The stakes would have been higher that way, but, well, what can you do, right? I don't want to complain, don't get me wrong. I'm really happy. As long as the channel keeps growing, and even if it may be slowly, but still steadily, I'm happy. And as long as you guys like what I'm doing, you know, and as long as I enjoy doing this, yeah, everything's fine on my end. You did an amazing... I'm sorry. Michael Myrick says, you did an amazing job with it. I used your translation to read deeper into it. I like esoteric stuff and the ancient languages. Ooh, that's an... Well, the ancient languages... Well, also really deep topic, yeah. I can imagine. I've had a YouTube for a long time and never really got into much till 2018. I have a few videos, nothing on your level. Well, I don't want to... I wouldn't say that my videos are necessarily like top-notch production. Then again, they don't really need to be, I don't think. I mean, it's interesting. Now that I think about it and that you mentioned this, on the one hand, I really want to deliver a basic high quality, if that makes sense, like a high quality in every single video, no matter the topic, not just like content-wise, but also, you know, visually and audio quality and all those things. Then again, of course, I don't really have like a Hollywood production style of video editing, creating. Not that I dislike that, but it's not something that I'm not that much of a pro, I don't think, but it's neither something that really suits the topic of the channel necessarily, which is the German language and culture. It's not like an action-loaded, fast-paced thingy that I talk about most of the time, so... But I like it, you know, I hope you enjoy the mixture that I try to convey with my videos and the way I edit them and cut them. Because in recent years, I started to change that a little bit. Some of you old viewers may have noticed that. In my old videos, I didn't really zoom in that much. I didn't really have a lot of edits here and there. I didn't really cut out too many breaks in between, you know, sentences or thoughts. And those are the things that I want to do differently these days. I want to have a more steady flow to it. And that's also an interesting topic, by the way. I mean, Michael, maybe you can relate. And other people making videos, watching this. To me, the way I do it is when I edit a video, I try to go for intuition and feel, if that makes sense. So the way to determine how long or how short a break in between phrases should be or not, that is totally up to feel at the end of the day. You know, sometimes I may feel, well, that is a little tad too long, then I will cut it off. And other times I may actually do the opposite. So it's hard to describe, really. I don't know if you know what I mean, but it's, yeah. And it's much fun, you know. I guess from what I've heard, many creators don't really like the editing part of video creation. I don't mind it. In fact, I quite like it. There are some videos that really take many hours to edit, even though they may not seem like it. And those are the videos that have text in them. Whenever a video has a lot of like subtitles, for instance, or a lot of text boxes, those kinds of things, they are the videos that take the longest to edit and make, by far, like multiple hours, sometimes, depending on, you know, the content, of course. So yeah, it's just the way it is. Betsera, hi, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Hope you had a great day and a great start into the new year. I found your driving videos very helpful. Really appreciate your teaching style. Whoa. Thank you very much for saying that. That is awesome. That's really, really cool. Thank you. And yeah, glad I can be of help. I've already made a driving related video in a while, to be honest, but I've made quite a few back in the day. The thing is, you know, these days I don't have a car. I don't drive myself at the moment, so I can't really film too many of those videos. I mean, I could try to do one or two maybe in the future, but nothing promised here. It's not my my main focus these days, to be honest. But I'm glad I could help you with those videos, and you enjoyed them, of course. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with those. I tried to, I made quite a few videos back in the day about, you know, different road signs and traffic rules, parking rules, you know, how to avoid fines and those kinds of things. And Autobahn related stuff, of course, you know, those kinds of things. I also made a video about car brands, car engineering made in Germany. Yeah, interesting topic, definitely. Definitely, of course. Right? That's awesome. And by the way, guys, if you have, like I said, if you have suggestions for video topics that you would like to see on this channel, that you would like me to talk about or analyze, you know, songs or whatnot, always feel free to suggest those things. Nothing promised here, but of course, yeah, feel free to tell me about your thoughts. Yep, I cheated and used AI for the most recent. I'll have to check out more of your work. Feel free to do so, Michael. There are don't be afraid. Don't get intimidated by the number, but there are over 700 videos on this channel for you to watch. So there's a lot, and I'm not kidding. I don't know how many exactly, but I think these days I have like at least 40-50 different playlists and video series, and each of those video series deals with a different topic. So what I would like to do, or what I am doing already, and what I would like to do even more in the future is, for instance, make unique learning experience videos, which means that I'm not talking like, you know, I don't want to make dry videos about grammar. Nothing against, you know, teaching grammar, and I'm doing that every now and then, here and there as well, of course, still, if it fits. But what I would like to do more of is those types of videos that are more immersive, if that makes sense. Meaning, learn German with games, learn German with movies, learn German with series, learn German with music. You know, those 4-ish plus things. I think those types of videos are, if people find them, and that's one of a big, like, obstacle, maybe it's not the right word, but a hurdle sometimes. As long as they find them, I think there's going to be a lot of people that may enjoy that stuff. The problem is that I sometimes have with those types of videos is that, and that's my theory, I can't prove it, I think, feel free to tell me what you think about this, by the way, I would really, really like to know. I think there are many people learning German out there that would appreciate or enjoy those videos because they like games and they like learning German, and, you know, the combination may be perfect for them. Or they like music, music 3, German 3, by the way. They like music and they like learning German, and they will maybe even love the combination of those two things, right? Problem is, though, they may not really have the idea, they may not get the idea, or they may not come up with the thought of looking for that content, that exact mixture of things. Learning German and music, for instance. And that is one of the problems with those types of videos. And it's hard to come by there. It's hard to reach people with those things, unfortunately. And yeah. Sir Keeks X Vision, hi! Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Hope you had a great start into 2025 and a great day, of course. Yeah. How are you doing? By the way, when I'm asking you how are you doing, being a German, I basically mean that literally. Like, I'm asking you how you are doing. It's not just like small talk. It's really, in Germany, we don't really do that. Which is maybe surprising to you guys, especially Americans. Because, you know, I guess you may ask someone, like a fellow American, how are you doing? And you may not expect a response. But in Germany, when you ask someone, how are you doing? You expect a response. You genuinely want to know how someone else is doing. And if they're doing good, you know, and everything. So, yeah. That's why I came to your channel. You blended it beautifully. Thank you very much. Sounds genuine, yeah. You're going to the Czech Republic, I think, is that right? Czechia? Or is that something else? I've never been. Well, it's not. Nah, that's not right. I have been to the Czech Republic, if you're talking about that, Sir Keeks. Once for like an afternoon, and just like a few meters behind the border in the Czech Republic, like 20-ish years ago. So I wasn't really in the country yet. I would like to go to Prague, for instance, at some point, because I've heard many great things about the city, architecture-wise, because I'm a big fan of awesome architecture and buildings, which is also why I like Leipzig, the German city of Leipzig, a lot. Great architecture. I also made a vlog about that, by the way, if you want to check that out. Can type that into the chat if you are curious. It's Leipzig. It's a city in East Germany, with lots of beautiful buildings, in my book. I just love it. There's also a good friend of mine living there. So yeah, great city. I'll go for a week Skifahren. Never done that yet, like skiing. It's something that many Germans like to do as winter holidays, but and you know, in the region that I'm living in, which is the Sauerland in West Germany, there are quite a few places like Winterberg or Villingen, those two cities where people, you know, like travelers and go on vacation to go skiing, actually. Winterberg, Winter Mountain, that translates to, which is literally what it is. And Villingen, those two cities are pretty well known for that kind of stuff, like snow-ish sports type of thing. Yeah. First time. Oh. Well then, I hope you enjoy it, of course. I didn't know that you could go skiing in the Czech Republic, though. Wouldn't have really thought of that, to be honest, for some reason. But that might just be me because I don't know better. Well, you know. Do 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 do. And by the way, the region that I'm coming from, you can also write that down, is the Sauerland, the Sour Land, translated literally. You have to leave for an improv session. Okay, enjoy. But thanks for tuning in, of course, much appreciated. And hope to see you next time, Sir Cakes. Yeah, thank you. How would you say ether? Is it ether? Ether in English? Der Äther. Or like more precisely, it would be der Äther, I think. If I'm not mistaken, that would be with the A, the umlaut, the A with the two dots over it. Der Äther. Yeah. Äther. So it wouldn't be the English TH, that doesn't really exist in German, which is also part of the reason, or one of the biggest reasons, I guess, why many Germans struggle with the English TH. We don't really say that. We don't really have that sound in German. So it would be der Äther. Yeah. Very peculiar, interesting choice of words. Like, how do you come up with that term? Der Äther. Yeah, with a capital, of course, because it's noun, and all nouns in German are capitalized. Der Äther, right, der Äther. And by the way, what you can also see with this term, which is very typical for basically all German terms, not just nouns, but all, like mostly nouns, that end in ER, ER at the end, the two letters there, they are pronounced like an A sound, like A. Der Äther. So it wouldn't be Äther, it's Äther. Der Äther, right? So it's also something to keep in mind. So whenever you see that suffix in German words, you know it's, in spoken German, it's A, Äther. And it would be, you know, Äther or something like that. Even though you spell it with ER, ER. That's from old time and a few of the old scientists, Nikola Tesla, Steinmetz, Maxwell, and J.J. Thomson. Ah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with the term, but it's not something that I come across on a daily basis, let me put it this way. But, yeah. I think it may even be used in, like, philosophical contexts here and there, depending on the topic, of course. So, yeah. And you're welcome. Not many people do, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't really know too much about it, but concepts about ETA, but ah. Mm-hmm. Michael, if I may ask, once again, because I'm curious, well, maybe I should rephrase what I just wanted to ask. Let me check something real quick. Was it you that said? Where is it? The translation of a Rammstein video. Okay, so you're a fan of Rammstein, I figure. Do you have, like, maybe, for instance, German ancestry that you know about, like German heritage as well? Because I guess many people also that have German heritage, they may be interested in learning the language or learning about the language at least, and the culture, you know, life in Germany, that kind of stuff. Is that also something that applies to you? I don't know. Nobody! Hi nobody. Hallo niemand. That would be in German. Is dry humor a thing in Germany, and are there comedians who do that? I think Germans could do more of that. If you think of the stereotypical, not so emotional German, it would work well. I mean, it's a stereotype because it is stereotypical, which means, in other words, it's not exactly true, I don't think. I mean, you can't really generalize those things, of course. But then again, you can neither make an opposite generalized, you know, opinion. You can't really say Germans are so dry all the time, and you can neither say Germans are not dry at all. It's, you know, there are grayish areas in between, of course. It also depends on the people. I don't know if it really depends on, you know, ethnicity or culture. Maybe a little bit here and there. And yeah, I mean, there are a lot of, I can think of quite a few German comedians that are, I don't know if they, it can be dry humor. It's more like being ironic or sarcastic. But there's also, like, one of my favorites personally is, what's his name? Thorsten Sträter. Thorsten Sträter is pretty cool. You may enjoy him. He can be very dry, also in the sense of even not really showing any, like, facial emotion when he says something funny, because it's so dry and it's so, like I said, ironic sometimes or sarcastic. And he is a master, in my opinion, in delivering a joke in a very dry way, and a very, very cool way in that sense, which I really like. So that is something that you may enjoy. Thorsten Sträter, yeah. He actually began as a poetry slammer back in the day. And then he also became more known as, I don't know if comedian is a fitting term, but it sort of is. So yeah, really, really cool guy. In the literal sense of the word, actually. And he's not really far from where I live, you know, in the Sauerland region. He is from Dortmund, which you may know as well as a city, or as a city name at least, because of Borussia Dortmund, you know, the football, the soccer club, BVB, BVB, very well-known international soccer club, and quite successful, most of the time, not always, but yeah, well. Hope that answered your question. And by the way, thank you very much for tuning in. If I may ask, do you remember when and how you found my channel? So are you a new viewer or have you been around for a long time? That is always something that I'm interested in. Michael says, I'm half Italian and American. I enjoy challenging things. A new foreign language to teach my children is fun for use both. I see. Okay, yeah. So I figure you may be sort of a polyglot, like someone who enjoys learning multiple languages, maybe? That's always been fascinating. I'm not a polyglot. Like all I can speak is English and German. And back in school, I had a little bit of Spanish, but just like un poco, a little bit. But I forgot most of it, I think, unfortunately. And I also had Latin in school, believe it or not. But yeah, I had Latin. And it was interesting. It wasn't my favorite language, to be honest, because it's extremely grammar driven and quite dry, in my opinion, compared to, it's not like a live language. It's basically a dead language. But it's still interesting because many things that we say in German, but also many English words are derived from Latin terms. So that was one of the reasons why I thought, it would be interesting to learn Latin. Back in the day, for instance, it's mandatory for German students to learn English in school. And then they are supposed to choose a second foreign language in the 7th grade. At least for me, in my case, it was from the 7th grade onward. I started learning English in the 5th grade. And in the 7th grade of grammar school that I went to back in the day, many years ago, I'm old, I could choose between either French or Latin. And, there are days where I think, it may have been also a cool thing to have learned French instead of Latin. Because it's like it's a living language. It's a language that people actually speak in many regions of the world, including Canada, for instance, or parts of Canada. But, can't really change it. Then again, I don't really regret having chosen Latin because of the reasons that I just mentioned. Many words in many different European languages, in Indo-Germanic languages, they are derived from Latin directly. So, yeah. You can play 8 different instruments. Wow. That is impressive. That is really impressive. You are 43, so you're 10 years older than me. Okay. All right, good to know. Maybe it will work for foreign audiences, but like you said, I wouldn't represent what Germans actually are. Yeah, nobody. Like I said, I guess you could enjoy Thorsten Sträter. Yeah. I've been getting recommendations for a while. I've always had a knack for accents and been okay in imitating them. Imitating. Such as the British ones. So I was really drawn into your analysis of the German language. But to answer your question, it was probably the Better Call Saul one. Interesting, where the Germans are partying after blowing up the mine. Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for sharing that, because I really appreciate you guys sharing how you found the channel, what you enjoy about the videos, and what I'm doing, basically. So that is always awesome, and that's really, really cool. Thank you very much, first of all. Secondly, I love the whole, Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, El Camino, those 3 things, I just love them. Man. Those are, I don't know if you can relate, but there are certain things in life for me, especially when it comes to music, but also movies and series, or shows for that matter, where I really think and I would really like to watch them again for the first time because they are so awesome and they mean so much to me. So to experience something for the first time is something that I still treasure and appreciate and celebrate to this day. For instance, I try to really take my time when a new album comes out of an artist that I really like, or by an artist that I really like, rather. And I'm either going out for a walk and listen to the album without distractions, or I try to, really sit down in one of my... I have 2 relaxed chairs here next to me for guests, when I have guests here and we record something. And I try to sit down and really pay attention to the music and really soak it in at the first listen, especially. And I can't always do it really. Like, I don't really always have enough time or a free headspace because I'm always thinking about other things, videos and whatnot, or most of the time at least, quite often that is. But I try to do it as often as I can. So, yeah. Oof, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tired. Oh. Ich bin etwas müde, that would be in German. Müde with the Ü, the umlaut Ü. Ich bin etwas müde. I am a little bit tired. Dave, have you ever done sheet waving with your dad? At least I like to do it with my own dad sometimes. What exactly is sheet waving? Don't think I've heard of that before. What I like to do with my dad, I mean many things of course, spending time together is always awesome. What I really like to do with my dad is going to concerts together. That is something that we frequently do. And we will see Ghost this year, for instance. And we've been to many shows throughout the years. Last year we have been to AC/DC. We have been to Toto, which was also a really, really cool, awesome show. We've been to Rammstein. We've been to Foo Fighters, Jethro Tull, many, many, many shows throughout the years. Nightwish. Yeah. Peter Gabriel, Porcupine Tree, Opeth, Tool. Those kinds of things. And yeah, I really love to go to concerts. And it's become something that we frequently do together. Because we share a similar taste in music. He showed me many bands that I didn't know before, including Jethro Tull, for instance. And I showed him bands that he didn't know before. Porcupine Tree, also progressive. And yeah, it's just awesome. It is just really, really cool. To be able to have a shared interest in things, that is. It's not just, with my dad, but also with other people in my life. Friends, and workmates. It's always awesome. Okay, Michael. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know. I always wonder when there are foreign characters in Hollywood movies if they are actually speaking the language. I guess they did a good job with the German, but I've heard the Spanish is really bad. Oh, in Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. Is it really? I don't know. But of course, there are certain compromises that you have to make when producing such things. I mean, what I do know is that... what was this? Nacho? I think his name was, right? Yeah, Nacho. I think I forgot the name of the actor. I'm really sorry. He is a native speaker of... like, native Spanish speaker, if I'm not mistaken, though. And many of the Salamancas, I think, as well. They are basically native speakers, so I think it should be pretty accurate. But then again, I don't know. Yeah. Man, now I want to rewatch the whole thing again. Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And I'm really, really sure that at some point in the future, I will certainly do that. Because... I think I've talked about that in a previous stream, like many months ago, maybe even. I would like to do a tour in Albuquerque. Sounds strange, I know, but I would like to go on a tour in Albuquerque for the filming locations of Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, and El Camino. That would be interesting. That would be cool. I would dig something like that. So yeah. Vetzera says, preparing for a trip to Germany, and all the language videos I found were really dry, hard to engage with. Yours feel more natural. Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, that's a great compliment, to be honest, because that is definitely something that I try to do. So yeah, the genre that I'm doing is basically edutainment, and the term basically says it all. It's a mixture of education and entertainment, and both are equally important in my book. Now, granted, there are many other creators that make videos about the German language and culture, and each of them have different styles and different ways to convey things, and I wouldn't say one is better than the other, and more power to all of them, to be honest, because they, at the end of the day, all of them help people like you guys comprehending a language and a culture a bit better, right? But of course, I also get what you say, in the sense of there are different types of learners. Like, there are people that have a better time learning something new when they read the text, for instance. And then there may be people that learn something better when they listen to things. Or there may be people that really prefer learning something new by watching something. So there are different types of learners, that is. And then, like, in addition to that, I'm also of the strong opinion, I'm a strong believer in the theory of when you really want to teach someone something, you have to do it in a way, and that harkens back to what you just said, you have to do it in a way that they can easily memorize it. And one of the basic things to achieve that is by using something that is... It sounds strange when I say it, but it really isn't when you think about it, that is emotionally triggering. And I'm not talking about like extreme emotions, like, or negative emotions like hatred or anger, shame, whatnot, I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about positive emotions. For instance, something that maybe make you smile or laugh, or that you just, relate to and resonate with in a way. That is how I would like to make videos. That is how I approach making videos on this channel. And in general, to be fair. Like, even my Let's Play videos that I do, where I play a game. At the moment I'm playing Indiana Jones, like I said. Great game, by the way. Awesome game, even. Masterpiece. I try to do it in an informative but also in an entertaining way. You know, I would like something like I have a soundboard next to me where I can play little sound bits where I see fit, for instance, something like that, like little things that really brighten up the mood even more and that underline the good vibes aspect, which to me is essential, is key. In whatever I'm doing, whether it's podcasts or video creation, good vibes is total key for me, which is also one of the reasons, not the only reason, but one of the reasons why I don't talk about politics or religion on this channel. Don't worry, it's not that I'm not interested in those topics. Quite the opposite, I'm really interested in them. But I said that at the beginning of the stream already, but you know, in recent months and years, I have really reflected on that, and I really came to the conclusion that I already had in my mind, but I didn't really think it out loud. I strongly believe that people need spaces, no matter if it's a YouTube channel or a podcast or music, whatever, Twitch streams, YouTube streams. I strongly believe that people need places, spaces of escapism. What I mean by that is not like neglecting the reality. That's not what I mean by that. What I mean by that is you have to have opportunities to really get away from those things for a certain period of time, to reflect things, to cope with things better, for, you know, for reasons of resilience, first and foremost, and mental health. That's what I strongly believe in, and I would like to be a place that I would like this channel to be a place that hopefully is one of those places. So yeah. And arguably, you know, one of my favorite creators out there these days that really helped me in realizing all of that and thinking about that more actively is CoCarnage. CoCarnage is an American YouTuber and streamer, gamer, you know, variety streamer who streams many different games. He plays games on stream, talks about what he does, and he has a really close relationship with his community. And he's just a great guy, from what I can tell from the outside, of course. But the way he treats his community and his viewers, and that is just, I don't really have role models in that sense, but if I had to name one in terms of how I approach content creation these days, it would be Co. Yeah, I just really, really appreciate the way he does it. To be honest. And yeah, like in a way, he is a role model, I guess you can say, for me. And he is also very adamant when it comes to spreading the good vibes and not the bad ones. Yeah. Sorry, a little rant here, which wasn't a negative rant, but yeah, I went off for a second there. Sometimes I do that. So let's see, let's catch up with you. Vetsera is asking, or well, they aren't asking. They're saying preparing for a trip to Germany, and all the language videos I found were really dry. Oh, that was what you just said. I'm sorry. That is what got me going on my explanation. in the first place. Michael Myrick says, yeah, my dad used to take me to the shop he was managing, got me interested in mechanic work, and now I own my own company doing it. Wow. Much respect to you. Wow, that's awesome. More power to you. That's cool. I'd love to go see Germany. It looks beautiful from the pictures. We have lots of great spots here in Germany, places, locations. I mean, depends on what you like, of course, but my region, for instance, the Sauerland that I just mentioned, that is very well known for hiking, for instance, and lots of green spots, like beautiful nature. Everywhere I look, basically, I'm surrounded by forests. Like in the distance, all you see is like forest region over here where I live. And I love that. Like, and that's also something that I came to realize in like recent years, more so even. I'm living in a region where other people go to for vacation. They travel here because they want to be on vacation. And I live here. I mean, that's... what else can you wish for, right? So, yeah. That would be cool. Mirotaya asks, what is your favorite curtain fall opening intro for different rock bands, Dave? Wow, okay, that's a very specific question, but a cool one. What's your favorite curtain fall opening intro for different rock bands, Dave? I mean, there's one that like a really cool one, if I understand you correctly, which was like on recent tours, the curtain fall moment for shows by Ghost, Swedish rock metal band with strong 80s rock metal vibes recently, which I really like. And they start with a recent song, Kaiserian, from their most recent album, Impera. It's the first song on the album after the intro. So they start with the intro, which is like acoustic guitar, and then the intro sequence of Kaiserian, the first real proper song, starts, which is like a really cool guitar lick, and then it's like like a high scream, basically sort of like Iron Maiden even, like Bruce Dickinson, and then there's a moment where the beat really hits, like, and the moment the beat hits, it's like a loud bang, and up until that point there is a curtain up there, like the curtain is still up, and you see the silhouettes of the musicians, and especially the guitarist playing that lick. So it builds anticipation and joy, of course, and curiosity, and then the curtain falls, and it's just like you see the awesome stage scene that they put up, and you know the costumes that they wear, and it's just an overall really awesome show. It's one of the, like, a really, really well-rounded, professional, awesome, energy-driven live show that they deliver. One of my favorites, to be honest, in recent years. Ghost. They deliver a great show. I mean, they are top-notch. Like, really. Love it. Good question, by the way, Mirotaya. It's a question that I haven't really thought of yet, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. I'm sure there are other, like I know that Steven Wilson, I think you don't really know him because he is, I wouldn't say he's niche, but he is like, he's pretty well known in today's progressive rock, progressive metal scene. He is the mastermind, guitarist, singer of Porcupine Tree, the band, and he also does solo stuff. Both awesome, in my opinion. And in some of his recent-ish tours, he has had like semi-transparent curtains up. Whereas with Ghost, it was like it was a non-transparent curtain, and you could only see the silhouettes of people, like the shadow silhouettes. In his case, it was a semi-transparent curtain, which meant he projected many different like visual elements onto the curtain from behind, so you could see both the band and the light show, the lights, but you could also see the visuals that were projected onto the curtain. And I think at one point, even many years ago, he had like a square stage almost, where he had like curtains on all sides of the stage, not just front up, but also left and right. And that was, I saw some of that footage. There's a live show that he released, Get All You Deserve, it's called, from 2013, maybe 2012, 2013. And I think that was one of the tours where he had that. Yeah. So that's really, really cool. Great looking. Mm-hmm. Do you drink beer and do you have favorites? Nobody asks. Well, in German we could say Jein, which is a really interesting term. Jein. It's a mixture of yes and no, Ja und Nein. Ja plus nein, yes and plus no is Jein. It's yes and no in one word. I don't mind drinking beer. It's not my favorite alcoholic beverage, to be honest. And if I drink beer, I am a big fan of... I'm not so much a fan of like pure beer. I prefer mixed beers. Which means like beer mixed with lemon juice, for instance, which is Radler in German. It's very popular, which is I like it a lot. Or we have different beer flavors, like beer mixed with Coca-Cola, for instance, which is also pretty popular in Germany. Or beer mixed like with energy drinks and stuff like that. And there are many different flavors. Beer mixed with grapefruit juice, beer mixed with, I don't know. I think at some point we even had like a beer mixed with chocolate. What I also really like is ginger ale, or ginger in general. And in fact, I have a ginger beer in my fridge. Haven't really tasted it yet though. I know what it tastes like, sort of, because it's part of like cocktails sometimes. Moscow Mule, for instance, I like a lot, or London Mule. And yeah, but I have to try that. So I won't do it today because I have to work tomorrow. But yeah, maybe on the weekend. Maybe I'm gonna give it a go on the coming weekend. I don't know. We'll see. So you're a Radler man. I'm a Radler man. Yeah, sort of. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I basically don't really drink at all when I'm like on my own, with the exception of doing streams sometimes, or when there's something to celebrate. But I don't really drink apart from those things. The only situations where I drink a little bit of alcohol, like I don't even drink that much these days anymore. The way I sometimes used to on parties when I was younger, is when I am meeting friends, for instance, or there's a family celebration of sorts, like a birthday. Yeah. Does say a lot about the person as action speaks loudest. Yes. And yeah, by the way, yeah, Ghost, great live show. Much, like, highly recommended. By the way, transparency disclaimer, I'm not paid to say that, or to, like, advertise Carnage, but yeah, I just like what he does. And I don't mind getting the word out there. So Mm-hmm. I don't know him personally. For me, it has been helles, which means bright, like bright beer or light beer, and Festbier lagers, if that's the term. Festbier. I don't know what you mean with Festbier. Like beer for fest, like celebrations, events, something like that. But Festbier, I don't think it may be a term. Don't get me wrong, in German, and I mean you can create it, which is also cool about the German language. You can make up words on the fly, and most of the time, as long as you have a basic understanding of German vocabulary, people will know what you mean. Like, or may have an idea about what you could mean. Let me put it this way. But yeah. And yeah, we know our beers. That certainly is the case. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. It's time for me to go. It was much fun talking to you. I hope you also enjoyed the stream. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to have a German stream next month, like in February. Maybe. I haven't had one in a long time. I've had 3 German only streams so far. And some of you guys wanted me to do them again. And yeah, I may do them again here and there. So it's definitely a possibility. Meaning it's streams where I only speak German, and I also encourage you guys to write questions in German in the chat. I mean, you can also write them in English, but I will just reply in German. That's the purpose of those streams. So it's like a listening comprehension sort of live with me. So yeah, I'm gonna let you know if I'm gonna have one of those streams again in February, or one of my usual Q&A streams like this one. We'll see. Once again, thank you all very much for having tuned in. And also thanks to everyone who is maybe watching this afterwards as a recording. Much appreciated as well, just so you know. Hope you enjoyed my recent videos about Indiana Jones and Rammstein's Mein Herz brennt, which I analyzed and translated, which was a lot of fun to make as well. Yeah, more videos coming in the future, of course. Already working on them. And hope you stay tuned. And if you enjoy my stuff, the best way to support your favorite creator, or maybe even me, maybe I'm not your favorite creator, but maybe I'm someone who you enjoy watching. If that's the case, thank you very much, really. If you want to support me, there are a lot of options, including Patreon, channel memberships, of course, but also something like, you know, the really basic things. Liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing, because sharing is caring. In that sense, definitely thanks for watching. See you next time. Have a great night. Have a great rest of the week. And see you soon. Thank you very much. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye bye.